Hello and welcome to the June update from Dean Park Station. Very short update this month. There's not a lot going on up the loft. It's sitting about 20 degrees on average, so it's a wee bit warm to be up here. My wife's also got me out in the garden doing bits and pieces, so limited progress up here. I have been doing 2 or 3 little things downstairs, working on a project which I'll go through in this video. And also I was at Perth Model Rail show at the weekend there, and I picked up 2 or 3 bits and pieces to help the detailing for the station, and also had a good day, and I've got some videos from that show tied in with this video. I've also uploaded some photos from Perth, albeit not a lot, but I've uploaded them to my Facebook page, and the information on my Facebook is at the end of this video. I've also got some information from Hornby and updates about some new releases from them, and I'll take it from there. So, as I say, hope you enjoy this short video. Any comments, suggestions, please get in touch as always. Okay, those of you who have watched my videos for a while may recall video 13, I think it was, where I showed the scale scene station building that I'd completed. This was at the beginning of last year, and unfortunately the hot summer didn't do it any favours, and it kind of highlighted some shoddy workmanship from me, and the heat up the loft blistered the paper where it hadn't been glued down properly around the front area here. So really it went all rippled, and it was just basically a bin job, so I had to knock it down. I eventually got round to redoing it. I managed to salvage the windows, which are from Brassmasters, and they were already painted, so I just took them from the old building and managed to slot them into the new one. Hopefully my quality construction is better this time. I've used a different spray glue. I've used 3M spray mount as opposed to the cheap stuff I had before, and only time will tell if it's going to hold up. Although since moving to 3M I've had no real issues with the quality of spray. The cheaper one was quite a crappy spray, didn't really give an even coverage, which was probably the reason it started to come away from the paper and blister. The last time I didn't put an interior in, and when you had the lights on, the upstairs looked very bare. So what I've kind of tried to do here is use scale scenes, interior furnitures. You've got a good selection. You've got TVs, stereos, sofas, bookcases, photos, grandfather clocks, all that kind of stuff. So I've just, the furniture's all glued in place, so when the roof goes on it's going to be lit. That's what the wee hole down the left hand side of the floor is. That's for the wiring for the lights. It's kind of maybe a first class waiting area, or maybe a staff room, for them to relax when they're on their break. And on the other side here I've got, again, bookcases, a sofa, and a record player, very 80s, and a guy reading the newspaper. They're Bachman station passengers, so I just stuck a couple in. So when the roof goes on, I'll not be able to access these again, so obviously I've got to get it right now. The building's very well detailed, I have to say. You can have the doors ajar or closed, and if you see inside, there's a buffet doors, etc. And in time I'll put details on the bottom. It's not important to get the details in the bottom just now, like the furniture and stuff, because I can do that later by just picking it up. So really the next stage is to light this, put the roof on, and start working on the tower, which will go in the front there over that blue area there. That's my task for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, while I was up at Perth on Saturday there, I picked up 2 or 3 little bits and pieces. A couple of things here for detailing my station when I get round to that stage. Both of these things that I got here are from 10 Commandments. First of all, I've got litter bins. It's a pack of 3, £2.50, white metal, and they've got a nice little kind of dowely bit stuck on the bottom there in the casting, so you can drill a hole in your platform or baseboard so they don't move around when you want to keep them in place. Alternatively, you could chop that wee bit off and just glue them to the platform, but you might want to use that little peg at the bottom. I'll just prime them and paint them up. They're modern image, so they'll go well with my late 80s kind of theme at Dean Park Station. Something else I got was the modern station seats made out of etched brass. Now these come in a kind of flat pack form for I think it's about £6 or something, but they are a nightmare to make up. I mean, I give myself some credit for being semi-skilled with some model making, but these things were just a nightmare. So after much debate, I plumped for the pre-made ones. You get a pack of 4, and they're all painted up. They are super items. Look at them, and they're flawless. I mean, I've got one taken out of the pack here. The legs are longer at the back just now, so you can insert them into the platform. But I mean, goodness me, they're four for £20, so they are not cheap. And I worked out I maybe need about 8 to 12 for my station, so that could be up to £80 to £100, £120 for seating, which is actually quite ridiculous. But I've got 4 just now. I might even just go with 8 in total. But if I compare them to the ones I bought from a chap on eBay, which are also very good, I got them primed. I didn't get them painted. You look at them instantly, you see the finer detail in the red one than you do the grey one. And they're just an all-round better model. This is a resin. If I flip that over, even the finish underneath is superior on the red one. Yes, you're paying double the price, and they do say you only get what you pay for. So I suppose I was expecting a lot better for my money with the red ones than I was for the grey ones. These will still come in handy. I'll just paint them up red as well. But way impressed with the 10 Commandments one. Only minor criticism, and it's not really criticism, it's been nitpicking. You only get them in 2 colours, red and dark blue. But again, easy to prime and spray. But you have to watch it because you don't want to get too much paint work on there, because you'll fill in the etch detail, which I mean it's superbly fine. I mean, goodness me. The third thing that I got when I was up is this thing. It's a Train Tech track tester, and it works for DC and for DC. And according to the instructions, it says on DCC the layout, the LED for the layout, it lights orange, and it's red and green if it's DC, and it checks the polarity. So if I pop that on, for example, there, it goes orange to show the polarity is correct. If I put it on an incorrectly wired turnout, for example, it would show an error, but at the moment it is orange, and it's a dual coloured kind of LED there, or tri-coloured if you like. So that was a £5. I thought that could maybe save a wee bit of testing the trains on it. If I can just quickly stick that on the track and get instant feedback for the sake of a £5, then that's not too bad at all, is it? So you can get that from Train Tech, along with other things. This is the same company as I got my flashing tail lamp on my hopper wagon. So they've impressed me with that first product, so hopefully they can impress me with this little gadget I've got here. So you'll get it on most websites, so you can go to the Train Tech website themselves. So that's 3 things I've got: 2 for the station, 1 for the track, and hopefully in the autumn, when I get down the stage of ballasting and weathering, etc., these little items here will be in place by the end of the year. Okay, here we come to Hornby, the BR Western Region Mark III coaches. Now, beginning of 2013, they launched R4445A, which was the standard open coach in the blue-grey, and they delayed the first class in TGS, and they even cancelled the buffet. Thankfully in 2014 they've seen the light in some respects, and they've put them back in the catalogue. The R444A first class is not out yet, either is the Buffy car, but what's just arrived in Hattons, and I've got a couple on pre-order which are at this moment in the post, is the TGS coach. Now, previous release R4446 was clear glazing to match the second class ones I've already got, and I've just gone on to Rails of Sheffield site where they took a photograph of it, and it's gone and got tinted windows on it. Tinted windows that don't go with the rest of the Mark IIIs that have been released in BR Blue Grey up until now. I suspect it might have different coloured seating in it as well from the rest of the coaches, which it shouldn't have, but that's a small issue because you can't see it because it's tinted windows. You know, they've released these ones as well, the standard open ones, and they've all got tinted glass. Not from the photograph because it's a kind of computer generated image, I think, but they've got tinted windows, which you can kind of almost square away because it suits the livery, and it's the first release of these, in the proper tooling of the Mark III, if you like. So as long as they release all of these with the tinted windows, I've not really got an issue, because the windows of some liveries have been tinted, but they weren't tinted to this extent on the blue greys. Let's just say when I went on the Rails site tonight, I said a word that began with F and ended with K, and it had 2 letters in between. I mean, if they do come to me on Wednesday and they've got tinted windows, and you hear a sudden squeal, then you know it's me. Because if they can't get it right 2 years after they were supposed to have launched it, then God help us when they get the Buffy coach. Please don't make a mess of that and put tinted glass on it. I've already got 2 first classes from the previous release and they're clear glass, so I can pick up an R4446 somewhere, but this thing better not be tinted glass when it comes out. These ones as well, again, these images mean nothing on the magazine because they're just going to produce what they like anyway. And the ones with the lights, again, they shouldn't be tinted, but it's because they released them at different times. They released the TGS this week, and then 2 months later they released the first class, and it's just depending what batches. I suspect that because they've produced this at the same time as they've produced that, they've had the tinted glass glazing in the presses or the moulds, and they've just churned them out. I mean, quality control seems to mean nothing sometimes with these companies. I'm not going to single Hornby out, although I really am. But it's just so frustrating. You wait a year. I ordered them a year to the day, and now I hear they're in the post, and I fully expect when they pop through the door on Wednesday, they're not going to be right. They're not going to match my second class ones that I've got from last year, and they're going to go straight back. Either that, or I get an old TGS and I cannibalise it for the windows. But why should I have to do that when I'm paying £24-25 for a new model that should be right? Fingers crossed anyway. By the time you've watched this video, I might have had the ones through the post, and all might be well, but you know what, we'll wait and see. That's my rant over. Let's move on.
And those on the EMUs.
Okay, that's it for the June update. I hope you enjoyed some of the little bits and pieces that I've got going on. As I say, it wasn't a long or very detailed update, but you know, peak of summer, I've managed to drag myself away from the layout just for, you know, a couple of months. If you've seen anything you like or have any suggestions from the video, please get in touch, both positive and constructive. And if you want to leave a negative comment or anything you didn't like, please you know, get in touch as well. I'll always try and get back to you with an answer of some sort. Hope your layouts are going well, and I'll be back hopefully at the end of July with some more information. Cheerio now.